So I'm wanting to add a nice bit of cast iron cooking equipment to my setup. I've been looking for something that isn't too big, isn't too bulky, isn't too heavy, and these guys seem to fit that criteria. Couldn't quite find much in terms of comparison between the two, so I've bought both, and I'm going to make a little video on my personal thoughts and opinions on what I think the pros and the cons to each are, and eventually choose one. So this is between the Petromax ft0.5-t and the Petromax ft1. Start off with the ft0.5, which as always comes with your little manual and a sticker. There's your lid, and here's your base. And for the ft1, your manual and your sticker. Here's your lid, and here is your base. So first impressions with these guys, it seems to hold up the same quality as the Petromax gear I bought years ago. As you know what it's like, companies can chop and change and quality takes a bit of a dive these days, but so far they look like they're of the same quality. One thing I would point out though is the ft1 has loads of nicks taken off the side of the lid, which the ft0.5 doesn't have, the ft3 doesn't have. So it's a bit disappointing, but after having a scan I don't see any cracks, so it's just aesthetics, it doesn't really matter. Now when it comes to weight, this is 2 kilograms, 3 kilograms, this is 4 kilograms. They're not the lightest of gear, but for the quality of the type of food you can cook, compared to the likes of like titanium and stainless steel, and especially aluminium, you really cannot complain about the extra bit of weight, because yeah, just when it comes to cast iron material. When I'm talking about food, I am talking about making food from scratch, like cooking a stew, cooking soup, bread. You really cannot go wrong with the quality of heat transference and dissipation when it comes to cast iron. When I was living in a hut, I cooked all my food in these two bits here, and I really cannot complain. I absolutely love the quality that you get from making a fresh meal. If you're going out with like military rations and you're going out with cans of food, then things like your titanium and stainless steel, yeah, it'll cook the food absolutely fine. One of the things I have noticed off the bat is the lid, the handle, the loop protrudes above the rim. So if you're going to put this down somewhere, it's not going to sit flat, and that is the case with both of these lids. So it's not going to sit flat. With the ft3, it has these little legs, so when you sit it down, it sits flat and stable. The other thing I have noticed as well is the ft0.5 has a much shallower rim. These all come with a little hole that aligns with another little hole, and it can allow steam to come out or put a thermometer in. Now when I look at this, the hole is very close to the bottom of the skillet if you're going to fry something. Whereas with this, the hole actually has quite a rim before. So if you're cooking something and there's a lot of fat, I'm wondering how much would start to spill out this compared to this. The wall is fairly steep, but there is a slight angle to it. This is quite a cool little guy because, I mean, you could pretty much fit one of these in your pocket. It's so small. It really is a tiny little bit of gear. The ft1, on the other hand, that's a bit more like it. It's just under a litre of capacity, and this is just over half a litre. So to help sort of get a good idea of the size of these, I've got a few bits of gear that most people will have. So this is a 12cm belly pot, zebra. You can get a rough idea of the size difference between them. We've got the generic little bushcraft stove with the cup. What I was hoping was this would be able to sit on these legs, but unfortunately it's just a bit too small and you can't quite get it sitting nice. You put it off to an angle so the 2 feet are on it with the middle. It becomes more stable, but not stable enough to relax around it. It's not sturdy. I like this, the ft0.5. It's such a small little pot. That's what I was attracted to when I first bought this, was how small it is. But I think that's also its downfall. I can't really see how this is going to be amazing for cooking meals. If I'm going to cook bread, it's going to be a very small loaf. If I'm going to make a stew or soup, it's not going to be that much and it's not going to be that filling. I'm 6'6", 120 kilograms, and I need food. So this is going to produce a nice snack. This is going to produce a nice meal. Thank you, little guy, but I think I'll be sending you back. Looking forward to getting many stews made when I'm out and about. Well, hopefully you got a little bit of something from this video, and I'll definitely just remind people that I am judging this on what I am looking for and what I'm needing and what my tolerances are. They're both cracking bits of gear. This is definitely going to suit somebody. This is what I'm looking for. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and get yourself out and about.